your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy Sports Today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just did.
The bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
I think the one comparison that I'd like to make that reminds me of Tiger is Scotty's ability to make shots on a Sunday look like shots on a Thursday. And Tiger was so good at doing that too. In the high pressure leverage moments, he didn't lose a step. You know, he was still able to hit it pin high. He's still knocking down flag sticks. He doesn't hit it.
Only on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the book.
I mean, here's the question. I know hockey players are pretty superstitious. Do they start to ask themselves the question of being like, we signed Corey Perry? We did what?
No.
We signed Corey Perry? Good news, boys. We're going to the Cup Finals. Bad news, boys. We're losing.
At some point, you got to win one for Corey, right?
I guess
Get
so.
on the team and like, wow, this guy, we gotta win one here.
The Bostonian versus the book.
It's InGame Live Prime Time on a terrific Tuesday. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern Time, watching, analyzing, and betting on the world of sports. Ah, yes. We got baseball, we got WNBA, we got tennis, we got same-game parlays, we got black clouds, we got good news, bad news for Miami Marlin fans. We got gas can number 1 on the hill with gas can number 2 set to get on the hill in about a half hour or so. So good betting opportunities there. Good series out west starting later on tonight in Seattle. Yeah. Moment of truth in the WNBA tonight, Dave, and it does not pertain to Caitlin Clark, believe it or not, although she is in action later on this evening as well. So we'll get to it all, including the return of the S&W Corporation as we're counting our winnings from last week, or well, a couple weeks ago, last month. And we're going right back to the well and see if we can find another 3-leg, 3-team championship parlay. So with all that ado, what's going on, my friend? How are you tonight?
This is news to me with finding a new championship parlay. We waited all that time for the Panthers to get in.
Check your emails. Read your emails, brother.
I saw the email, but I went like, what are we doing? The money's just sitting in there. We got, kids in college. 2 kids in college was the theme, and we cashed it. Now you want to swing it back and put it into the mix. I get it. That's what the books want us to do. We'll come up with something. It'll be good.
Yeah. My truck is going to cost me a little bit more than I thought. So I'm going to have to. We got to roll it over. We got to find some more money.
My little one asked if I would be interested in getting a cyber truck. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. Hold on. Please. That's a little bit much right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of much, we got Phillies and Cubs. Explain this line to me, Wetzel, please. I mean, the smart projection knows Phillies 52% to win as a dog. Now, it doesn't always happen. In fact, it rarely happens when the smart projection projects that the dog's going to win with the percentage. I saw it and said, this can't be. You came with all this information with these trends. This one's too easy, is it not?
I know, right? This kid's making his major league starting debut, basically his debut. He pitched one inning last week, one perfect inning for the Phillies. Michael Mercado, I guess that's how you pronounce it. So, but, you pick your evil because you got Wisniewski on the hill for the Cubbies, and he stinks. So you want to give me the Phillies plus odds? But again, no Schwarber, no Bryce Harper, no JT Realmuto. They all still remain out for the Phillies, so you're not getting a true Philadelphia Phillies team. So I'm guessing that's why we're getting that kind of lineup, or that kind of line, Dave.
I think, yeah, and so with the Phillies being down a couple guys and beat up a little bit, I think you're going to see lines on those games that you haven't seen really all season. They've been so good. So, yeah, I kind of know why the line is what it is, but it's one of those situations where, for years sitting in a book, we go into work on a Tuesday and go, the Phillies are playing the Cubs, first game of the series, pitchers are listed, and you end up, getting ready to start the game, and the book needs the Phillies. I can think of worse situations for the book, against the Cubs. Hey, this is not bad. We've been rooting against the Phillies pretty much every day for a couple months, and now that they're right here on a Tuesday and short lineup, all right, we need the Phillies. Not bad.
Yeah. Not bad. Good news, bad news for the Marlins. The good news is that this guy, Valente Bellozo, I think that's how you pronounce it, Bellozo, making, I don't know if it's his major league debut, but it's his, like the other guy, his starting debut. He pitched one or two innings in another game. But good news is he's got 8 strikeouts against the Red Sox, who are just strikeout machines. I'm telling you, if you're a strikeout guy that bets on that stuff, man, you just bet the opposing pitcher against the Red Sox all the time. The bad news is, though, even though he has 8 strikeouts, he's given up 5 runs and the Red Sox lead 5-1. I don't think there's a bigger, misperception when you look at a score and assume something's going to happen than pitcher strikeouts and earned runs allowed. I can't tell you, Dave, how many times I've seen a guy that I have over strikeouts and his team wins 5-2, we'll say 5-1, 5-2, and I'm thinking, all right, this guy pitched well, right? He probably went 6, 7, 8 innings, probably got his 4 or 5 strikeouts, right? And then you look at the line score and he gets 2 strikeouts. You're like, you're kidding me. And then you see a score like tonight where the Red Sox got 5 runs in the first 4 or 5 innings, and you think, all right, this guy stunk. Meanwhile, he's got 8 strikeouts. The score has absolutely nothing to do with how many strikeouts a pitcher gets. It's amazing.
This is true. I think people make the assumption a lot of times they are kind of correlated. They're not. They're really not. We got to talk about this game coming up. This is another one. We're trying to get all these things in here quickly before they start. Padres and Rangers. Wow. You talk about a team. There's no really hotter team in baseball than the San Diego Padres. And they're playing Texas with Eovaldi on the mound. The smart projection says what? The Rangers? Wetzel, what say you? This is Padres, is it not?
Yeah. Padres have beat the Rangers 10 straight. Now, they don't play a lot, obviously. But, you know the old saying, winners bet with streaks, losers bet against streaks. I got a team that's beaten another team 10 in a row, albeit over, 3 years probably? Give me the Padres. This Rangers team is in trouble. I thought Houston, I said this on the podcast today, I thought Houston would eventually bounce back, and they have. I wasn't so sure about Texas, and so far the Rangers have not. I would not be putting my hard-earned American money on the Texas Rangers, even at home. And the Padres are a good road team.
Yeah, no question. And again, the baseball season is so many ebbs and flows. There's so many waves you ride up, and then you let the tide roll out, and you stay away from certain teams. It's time to be on the Padres. Now it might be short lived because you might have missed the good part. They have been hot. Game over, San Diego. That's got to be the one. Did you look at Tampa and KC? Because I really did not. This was not a game that there's certain games, and sometimes you see certain pitchers, and you know what you don't know is better. I didn't really feel strong about a side or a total in this one. How about you?
Yeah, me neither. Tampa Bay's played a little bit better, but I've been going against Tampa Bay for a little while. But they have won 4 straight series. So they are playing a little bit better. They took 2 out of 3 against Washington, albeit at home. Kansas City, I don't generally bet against Kansas City at home. They've survived the test of time to me. You know, I'll go against them on the road, but they're actually a halfway decent team. You know, they're not going to win a World Series, but they're not like the rollovers we thought they might be at the beginning of the year.
Well, there's a lot of people that are they're watching the show, Kansas City fans. Like you can't just say they're not going to win a World Series in July. They look like they're going to be in the playoffs. They get in, they got a shot, a chip and a chair. World Series of poker here, hanging out with all these poker players that are in town in Vegas. I'm getting all the poker settings and all the different things. Yeah. Oh, these guys they've taken over the city, Wetzel. They're everywhere. And they're all really good at sports betting. All of them. None of them ever lose. I don't know if you've heard that.
Of course.
And everybody's walking around with 10 packs in their pocket, 10 dimes, just hanging out, getting ready in case, a game breaks out somewhere, cash games everywhere. This is a big week. This week and next week, poker players everywhere. I think they like the Royals tonight. I think the Royals.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see it tonight.
Yeah.
Home team. Yeah. Brady Singer, Zach Littell, he stinks. So I can see that happen. He's 2-5. He's but I think Tampa Bay's got I think they had their good little run. So if I had to bet, it's a good little game. You wait and see, see who jumps out on top, and then maybe you go the other way. But I lean towards Kansas City in that game. Got a bunch of games that are already underway. We'll take a look at those. And then got a question here. I'm all set to make a major play on one of Sharapan's boys. We'll get his thoughts on that when we come back. InGame Live, Prime Time.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, Prime Time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, Overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star breaks, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong, this is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back InGame Live, Prime Time here on the grid. Just getting underway. Busy 2 hours. We got guests, we got parlays, Black Clouds, S&W Corporation, and then a chance to maybe, Dave. We got to get it in fast because FanDuel's falling asleep at the wheel on this one thing I want to bring up. But before we do that, I'll just check the scoreboard there because I see your Pirates are battling back. One's down 6-0. It's now 6-4. They trail the St. Louis Cardinals. But still, top of the 6th inning, plenty of baseball left. Can your boys come all the way back? Plus 380 right now on the money line.
Oh, they can definitely come back, I guess. I'm not watching it. In full disclosure, I'm watching the Twins and the Tigers. Just a little more interest on that one. But, yeah, I got that one on.
There.
Yeah.
Rod Carew action there.
Yeah, one of those ones where, we talk about certain things in certain games, and we're fans of certain teams, but this is good. I want to hear this discussion about this Pirates stuff. I'm not so much focused on tonight, but what are you cooking up here with the Pirates?
Right.
What are you looking at?
So I'm thinking of really making a major play on this, right? FanDuel offers up season specials for players. In fact, it's there now. I'm surprised they don't even pull it down when games are in progress. But so you got a FanDuel MLB page, and then along the top line there, you got the player specials all the way at the end there. And they got a couple of them, and one of them is strikeouts for your boy Paul Skeens, rookie pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? He currently has 70 in 9 starts. So he's averaging about 8 a game. All right?
Fair.
They're giving you, if he gets to 200, he's got 70. If he gets to 200, we'll start reverse, they're going to pay you plus 680. If he gets to 175, they're going to pay you plus 215. Here's where I'm actually thinking. Don't ask me why, but I'm actually going to go conservative. They also give you 150, and that's at minus 140. He has 70, so obviously to get to 150, he would need 80 more. If he pitches the entire season every 5 days, he's got roughly 16 starts left. To get to 150, he'd have to average 5 strikeouts. To get to 175, he'd have to average about 6.5 strikeouts. And then to get to 200, he'd have to average just over 8 strikeouts. So as Vinny, one of our producers and I were talking before the show, he's going to get to 150, and he more than likely is going to get to 175 and even maybe 200 if he pitches every 5 days and they don't shut him down. So this bet is this bet is more kind of on, is Pittsburgh going to stay in contention? Because they won't shut him down if he's in contention, right? I mean, there's no way they can do that. But if they're not in contention, they could say, you know what, you pitched at LSU this season, you pitched in the minors this season, we're going to shut you down for the final month. But otherwise, that's a pretty good bet. Even if we went back to the 150, who wants to lay minus 140? Nobody. But you tell me he's not going to get 80 more strikeouts?
Yeah. If he does,
you don't sound encouraged.
No. I don't know. I don't know the plan. I mean, this is one of those ones. If I know he's going to pitch, or I gamble on the fact that he's just not getting hurt, that's fine. So, I don't know. Those are good numbers. Those are ones that I think. You're right. I mean, I don't want to say anything is an absolute lock, but 150 is that's going to happen. That one's really good. And
even if they shut him down, Dave, even if he only got 10 more starts, that's only 8 a game. That's what he's been averaging.
Yeah,
they're not going to shut him down before September, right? Mid-August.
I don't think so. No, I mean, the way this month is going, they're middling, right? But that might be enough to hang around to the end of the trade deadline, the end of July, and then make a move where we're going, all right, look, we're going for it. Let's go to win this. I mean, again, the odds just say you don't win, you can't win a division. I'll give you that. But we could get a wild card. And I allow myself to dream about, Skeens, Keller, and Jones is a good way to win a playoff series. That's a good way to win a 3-game series. So
that's what Arizona did, right? That's what Arizona did last year.
You can win a 3-game series and then get it lined up again. It's very possible. So I think the 140, the one to get 150Ks, I think that's good. And it's worth entertaining the other ones. So good talk. I mean, that's how you talk out of bed. I mean, what's your apprehension is not that he's not going to get it. It's that he's just not going to be available to pitch, right?
Right. And, you got to wait till October to get your money, unless he reaches 150 in August and FanDuel says, okay, he's hit 150. Here's your money. Now go blow it on NFL futures, which they might do, right? Because he would probably get it sometime in August. If he averages 8 strikeouts a start, that's 10 more starts. So he's got with the All-Star break, 3 more maybe? He's pitching, I think, Friday. 3 or 4 more in July. 5 or 6 more. End of August. End of August it would be, I suppose. But that's not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's again. We could work it out. They went to a 6-man rotation a couple times and they pushed back a start, which is fine because he's being extended in starts. You see his last couple of starts, he went 7 innings, whereas before it was like only let him pitch 5, sometimes 6. Right. Now he's pitched 7 innings the last couple of times out. I'm good with it, boys. I'm good with it.
Yeah, major bet on 150. I won't touch the 175 or even the 200. But would you go major bet minus 150?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He's getting
S&W Corporation it? Put this S&W Corporation seal on it? Yeah?
Put it back in the mix. Yep. There we go.
It's in. There we go. Over 150. Well, 150 or more, Paul Skeens.
150 or more.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong, this is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, prime time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan on a Tuesday evening, making some money. We got a bunch of games that are going to be starting in a little while, including one which is the subject of our same game parlay. No, I don't know how this one's not going to hit. I got to tell you, I know I say that a lot, but boy, oh boy, this same game part, it's not going to pay a lot, but it's going to pay just the same. We're going to use the Milwaukee Brewers in gas can number 2 on the hill versus the Colorado Rockies with perhaps gas can number 1 on the hill. In Feltner versus Dallas Keuchel. Dallas Keuchel is still in the league. Oh, my goodness. Boy, if you're a left-handed pitcher, you could pitch until you're 90 if you want to. So how are we not getting runs? Good news, Dallas Keuchel is back in the league. Even better news, he's pitching at Colorado tonight. My goodness. If we don't get 10 runs in the first inning, I'll eat my hat. Give me over 6.5 runs, plus 104. First 5 innings, Milwaukee and Colorado combined. We're going to team that with over 13.5 runs for the game at plus 180. We bumped it up a little bit. And then we're going to put that in there with over 6.5 runs plus 158 for Colorado because, again, if they don't get 4 or 5 runs off Keuchel before he's pulled, it'll be something crazy. So add it all together, plus 334. First 5, Milwaukee and Colorado, over 6.5. Over 13.5 for the team, plus 180. And then over 6.5 runs for the game, Colorado, plus 158. Pays 334. So what do you think, Dave?
Which one gets us? The game total over 13.5? What'd you do, go alt? You went alt total on that?
Yeah, we went alt. Yeah, I had to get odds. Even to get it at 334. I guarantee you put a 3-team parlay in that pays 104, 180, and 158. It's going to pay a heck of a lot more than 334, but
right.
You know, they wacky because they are all correlated. I'll grant them that.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe the 14 runs is a lot of runs, but they got it last night.
Yeah.
So, but you want to hear a good story? This
please,
line
what do you
opened up,
got?
Dave, at 11.5 last night. I mean, it's Keuchel versus 1-7 Ryan Feltner. Ryan stinking Feltner, right?
Yeah.
It actually lowered to 11. I'm like,
I know.
who the heck is betting it under in a Colorado home game to begin with? And then it went from 11.5 to 11 with these 2 bums on the hill?
Yeah,
but then shot back up to
sometimes
11.5 later in the day, I will say. But
no, I mean, you know the move. The rhombuses and the parallelograms, they'll bet you that it's the head fake of all head fakes. They bet you under when the limits are low to get the line to move down to then bet over the number they really want. So little overnight side hustle move. A lot of the guys that are in the business do.
Nice.
And
that.
It's one of those things. You always got to be on guard as the book. Everybody wants to be the book and thinks it's easy. There's a lot of things that go into it. We actually had this last night at 11.5. The same matchup, not the same pitchers, but Ranieri and I were on, and I said, just get through the first inning. And if we get through the first inning, we'll get a run lower, if not 2. So it went from 11.5 with a scoreless first inning to 10.5. Then they got 1 out in the top of the second, and it went to 9.5.
Wow.
Would you want to risk getting through the first inning without any score tonight and worrying about you? Because you're going to get an automatic lower number. I mean, a much take a run off. That's good, getting the best number, but I think you got to bet the yes in the first inning. I don't know. I don't know which one's going to score, if not both. But I don't want to have to avoid a first inning in this game with no runs.
Yeah, that would be the Nerfy on this one. I don't know what it pays. I'm generally not a Nerfy or Yerfy guy, but I would think it would be up to like 150, 160 if you were willing to bet no, right? I mean, you know what I saw on FanDuel, by the way, last night? With only 3 games going on, I'm curious to see if they have this tonight. So I was following the Mets because I had an over-team total Mets. You could bet on the number of pitches each batter would have in his at-bat. And the over-under was 3.5 for most of the guys. I mean,
right,
man, you could bet on anything, Dave. I mean,
you can. You can. I mean, we're going to talk about
the number of pitches.
Did you get into the tennis? Are you really getting into the tennis?
Absolutely.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game
And guess
time
what?
decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong, this is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, prime time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, hour number one of our 2-hour extravaganza. So normally we do the black cloud at the top of the hour, right around the 55 mark, but we got a game starting at 8:40 that we need to get it in right now. This way you could make a couple of shekels with the boys in Vegas. So a little black cloud play of the day. All right, right back to that game we were talking about, Dave. Milwaukee at Colorado. Again, maybe the same game parlay doesn't hit because, they only get 12 runs, not 13 or whatever the case may be. But I don't know how I don't know how Colorado at home doesn't get over 5.5 runs. You could do 4.5 at minus 150 or 5.5 at plus some odds. We'll do the 5.5. We'll get some odds here because, to me, with Dallas Keuchel on the hill, I mean, in his one start, he came back last week. He allowed 5 runs on 8 hits in 4 innings against light-hitting Texas. So if you just, put that same performance tonight in Colorado, not that the Rockies are will beaters, but Dallas Keuchel in Colorado is just a recipe for disaster. Give me over 5.5. Whatever your normal play is, double, triplet, absolute best play of the night. This guy's a gas can. Man, he's left-handed. That's why he's in the league. But over 5.5. What do you think?
Okay. Listen, we got a lot of stuff riding on this. You got the same game parlay. Now you got the black cloud. We're doing the content because there's not too many people in this space talking about this game. So that's fine. But, man, we're going to need runs. The game's getting ready to start. 6 minutes. That's good. Yep. Okay, let's go, Black Cloud. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. We got to have him in the game long enough. What if he gives up 3 or whatever in the first inning and they take him out and then the bullpen gets us, right? That would be a bad beat.
Could happen.
We don't need that to happen.
Yeah. We don't need that to happen. Yeah, but I'm thinking that he's got, if it's his 4th, 5th, or 6th start, they might give him a short leash, just saying, oh, here we go again. It's not happening, right? But I'm thinking they're going to give him a chance to pitch his way out of trouble or whatever. I mean, there's a reason why he's on the roster. The pitching staff is just decimated with injuries. So, they don't want to go to a bullpen. And they may just say, you know what, it's your game. You got to get it through 5. So I'd be surprised if he didn't go 5 tonight, unless he's just getting crushed. But I think we're okay with that situation.
Okay.
So.
All right.
All
Okay.
right.
Yep. Let's go.
The other gas can on the hill was this Chris Flexen for the stinking White Sox. The White Sox, Dave, this year are 2-15 in his 17 starts. 2-15. So they are tied with Cleveland, which blew a 6-3 lead. It's now 6-6, top of the 8th inning. Cleveland's laying $1.86. You want to lay a run and a half? It's actually it's interesting. They got you know why? Because Chicago's batting. I'm gonna say on the main card they got the Cleveland getting a run and a half versus laying a run and a half. You don't see that too often, right? Their favorites almost 2-1, yet they're not giving you -1.5. They're giving you +1.5 with Cleveland.
What book are you on? I don't have that. Yeah, that's probably
FanDuel.
a little bit of okay. They should probably flip that. Guys, if the FanDuel guys are watching the show right now, you should probably flip that. You can't have a -200 favorite getting a run and a half. Usually that doesn't correlate even in a tie game. Yeah, you can't. That's a mistake right now. We're just letting them know. Although, just flipped it my book to +1.5 -500. Is that what you have?
Yeah. Plus 520.
Okay, that's.
They're doing that because maybe Chicago's batting versus Cleveland batting, but still.
Again, in a tie game, I'd rather have the home team the favorite, the minus right now. So that's fine. Look, maybe there's people betting it. Maybe they're getting someone to lay it. I just peeked at the Reds beating the Yankees. That's a good score for baseball right there. That was a gigantic number. Stankies, like you like to call them. Not off to another good start for Hill. That's 5-0. And then we just got a tweet from a guy named Rich who's watching the show. He said we're talking about the Buccos too long today, talking about the Pirates and Skeens and stuff too long. Rich, we're trying our best to fill the show. That's a big bet.
Yeah, it's a major play.
Come on.
The idea is to win money. We got an easy winner on the table. Yeah.
Please.
You want to bet Kansas City, Tampa Bay? We'll break that down. Devil Dogs and Royals. We got the hottest thing in baseball.
Listen, some people might. You got to stop. There's people that find value in all different bets and things. We like talking about Skeens. It's fun. Listen, there hasn't been a lot in the past, 25 years to really, really get excited about. So 1990, 91, 92 was a long, long time ago, and they didn't even get to the World Series in those years. Before that, it was 1979. I was there, Game 3 in Pittsburgh. It was fun. Skeens has got Pirate fans excited. I'm a Pirate fan, and there's betting opportunities there. So, Rich, we'll get on to the rest of the stuff. Just be patient with us. We've got a whole 2 hours to fill here. Come on.
Plenty of time, brother. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Toronto was up. I'm pretty sure Toronto was up 7-0. It's now 7-5 over the Astros, who have come to life of late.
Oh, man. I feel like we're picking on Toronto
lead is safe
daily.
tonight.
Oh, I know. No lead is safe tonight. Blue Jays 1-10 last 11 games versus righty starters. And Arrighetti is a righty starter. Astros 5-0 runs. This is I really feel like Toronto's just completely the wheels are falling off right in front of our eyes. So worried about them a lot.
Between them and Texas, I think those are the two. There's a lot of teams that are disappointing and this and that, but just really monster expectations and everything. Just wheels falling off, no light at the end of the tunnel. I think Toronto and Texas in the American League for sure. Maybe in all of baseball. I still have hope for Arizona. I don't have much hope for Texas.
I think Arizona's going to be okay. Going to be okay. Of those two, I'm more worried about Toronto only because of the division. They go bad quick. They could be done. They could be done in 2 weeks by the All-Star game. Toronto would be selling and talking about trading guys and breaking that team up, and yeah, there's a lot of tumult there in Toronto. The division, the American League West, would make me lead to believe that Texas can fix this. Scherzer's coming back. Maybe DeGrom comes back. Things can turn around a little bit quicker in Texas than they can in Toronto.
All right, your Twinkies up 2-0 over Detroit tonight. Why'd you like them so much?
Sometimes you just see
Snowball
the
on
lines
the
and you go, yeah, well, against him. So one of those situations where a guy gets all that run the first time around through the league. He's pitching great. Detroit's winning the games when he pitches. They're holding teams down. But I like the under in the game, so that led me to Minnesota. And I saw it last night, and I said, this can't be. I've been the Tigers, favored on the road. I told Ranieri last night, when we wake up, Minnesota should be the favorite. They were the favorite. They got bet even more to close around 130. So, yeah, I like the Twins today.
Mm-hmm. You like them enough to lay 1.5 runs, minus 174? Even that's a lot of money. Oof. But they're looking for Detroit money here, right? I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I just do lay 2.5 plus odds versus 1.5 minus 174. That's crazy. Philly's up 2-0. Called that one, Rich.
I don't know. Sometimes you just watch the games. It's a good start. Yeah, I mean, it's not over. It's not yet.
No.
But love those teams getting big plus monies. Big plus monies.
See, now you can hedge. And you bet on the Cubbies now. Little tennis talk coming up here on the Grid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong, this is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, prime time here on the Grid. Having some fun. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, now joined by our first guest of the evening. He is the teaching pro and tournament director at Darling Tennis Center in Las Vegas, and a former colleague of Mr. Sharapan's, former sportsbook director, manager in Las Vegas, odds maker as well. So he knows a little bit about tennis, obviously, and a lot about the gambling, obviously. So Keith Frederick joins us now. Keith, yours truly, Scott Wetzel, along with Dave. How are you tonight, Keith?
Real good. Thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Good.
It's great to see you, sir. Let me just get to this real quick because he knows about all this other stuff and the tennis and the this and the that. And him and I have dreamed about doing this, and we've done it on Bostonian versus the book and other things. But he knows about the tennis. He knows about the odds. What is with the Browns hat, sir? You had all
what are you
day to
talking
come up
about?
with something. Did you have to come with the Browns hat for real?
Yes. I mean, there was no question. I certainly wasn't going to wear that team that you root for. So, I mean, yes, I brought the Browns hat to my vacation here in Cleveland, and it just worked out that you called me. So there's no way I was missing that. Absolutely. Go Browns. Let's go.
Wow, a Browns and Steelers fan friends. I didn't think that was possible. Holy crow. So, Keith, I don't know if you know.
50 weeks out of the year, we're friends. The other two, there's no communication.
Yeah, exactly. So, kind of like me and my wife. So, anyway, I don't know if you know, but Dave and I, we got this new corporation called the S&W Corporation, and we've been very successful so far. So much so we want to get back into it again. What we do is we take 3 teams in 3 different sports to win their respective championships. So we just hit on an NBA, NHL, and college basketball 3-team, 3-league championship parlay. So we figured let's have some fun in the summertime. Let's get some winners from Wimbledon, men's winner, women's winner, and then we'll pick a WNBA winner and team that up with our 3-leaguers. So we need you tonight, Keith, to give us the winning person on the men's side and the women's side. You got 3 choices, so we'll give you 3 bullets here. Can you help us out?
I'll do my best. Well, for the guys, I think the bet is Zverev. For a variety of reasons. First off, he's been super close. He's been getting much closer in all these Grand Slams. The other part of it is he is completely on the other half of the draw of Sinner, Alcaraz, Tommy Paul, a bunch of people. He's going to have to get to the final. He's going to have to probably beat Djokovic. He is 2-2 against Djokovic on courts that are very similar to grass. They've never played on grass. They've played 4 times on indoor hard courts, which is the closest we get to the grass. And they're 2-2. I don't think Djokovic is 100%. He's wearing the knee sleeve. He's doing a lot of different stuff. I think Zverev's got a real good shot here. And last I looked, he was 16-1.
Okay, that's 1. He's 19-1. Even better news now. They upped it to 19.
Yes, sir.
You got 2 more men.
2 more men. Tommy Paul, wherever he's at, he's been playing excellent tennis. He's in a bear of a draw. As I said, he's in the Alcaraz center side, but he's got I think he's got a real look at it for sure. And if you're looking for somebody way off the board, you got to look at Taylor Fritz. He's American, huge server. He's on a good portion of the draw too. So I think you got some value with those 3 guys.
Listen, you came strong with the dogs, but give me a favorite on that side of the bracket, that side of the draw. Is it Alcaraz? Is it Sinner, or Djokovic? Of the top 3 favorites, which one is most likely to get to the final, Keith? Because that's as long as we get there, you and I know we can just work with that.
The way you ask the question, Djokovic is most likely because he is on the opposite side of the Sinner Alcaraz half.
Okay.
He's in the draw all by himself. I still think Sinner wins the tournament. I think even with the tougher draw, he's playing out of his mind. He's playing a different sport than the rest of us right now. But your exact question is who is easier? Djokovic's got the easiest path.
Okay.
Okay. We'll take that into consideration, Dave, when we discuss who we're going to actually go with. So that's interesting there. So ultimately, though, if you want to win a bet, you're telling me Sinner versus the other guys.
Yeah.
Just giving us better value.
I think he wins the tournament. The other stuff is value-based, and there's good reasons to take those. But if you want me to tell you who I think wins the tournament, I think Sinner wins it.
All right. Go to the women. Pull up the women's graphic. I like this because when you look at this, Keith, we've done this. I mean, we give these prices on these women at the bottom. And, Pegula, nice, 17-1. Keys, real nice, 18-1. How many of these women on this list are going to do you think can actually win this thing?
A lot. Swiatek grass is her worst surface, so she can be beat without question. So I've got Pagula. I think she's got a real good shot. I like Ons Jabeur. They are scheduled to play each other in a fourth-round matchup. The winner of that is going to be in a real good spot. So I like those two. And then you've got a chance at with a 50-1 shot, and I don't think she's listed on there, but I really like I like her chances, and it's Diana Schneider, however you say her name. I've seen her play live at Indian Wells this year. She's got a really good game for grass. She's 50-1. She's going to have Coco in the third round. She's going to be a whole lot. She's not going to be 50-1 in that match, and she's got a chance to beat her. So I don't think she will, but she's got a real good look at 50-1. I think it's a number you got to try.
All right. How about Danielle Collins at 50-1? Those are pretty good odds for her, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's fiery. She's had an amazing season. She won the Sunshine Double. She's great. Grass isn't really her preferred surface.
All right. We only got 30 seconds, and you talked about the Pittsburgh-Cleveland thing. You're back in Ohio. Are you getting all Buckeyed up? Are you getting all Ohio Stated up? I mean, is it happening? Because I'm the Penn State guy, and I know you're the Ohio State guy. Was Ohio State winning the national championship in football?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's not even a question.
So annoying. What?
Quarterbacks come, quarterbacks go. It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, it's just too much talent. Too much talent. Of course, they're going to beat Penn State, and then he just rolls from there. I mean, it's easy.
Hey, once you do that, it's all downhill. It's all downhill from there. Keith, great job. Appreciate the advice. We'll make some decisions on the other side. Thanks, Keith.
Good luck, guys. Thanks.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can it be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong. This is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back InGame Live, prime time here on the grid. Again, thanks to Keith Frederick for joining us there. So we need to put it all together now, Dave. Let's start with the men. Asked for 3, he gave us 6. That's up to us to kind of decide now. So he gave us. Ultimately, he thought Sinner was winning. He's plus 230. Joker, Zverev at 19-1. Tommy Paul 31-1, and Taylor Fritz at 47-1. We got 3. Where do you want to go?
So I think we could take Sinner on that side of the draw, right? And just again, we're just trying to do what we did with the first one, which by the way hit at 131-1. So people want stuff and want plays and all this other stuff. I mean, it hit and it paid, and we talked about it for over a month, 2 months really. So we got to get the matchup right. So Sinner on one side, and then do we go Joker and Zverev? I need to see the names. I need, and this is what we do. So Zverev,
Zverev
at 17, and Joker are going to collide in the semis. Basically, if you listen to Keith, and then he really likes Sinner, and so that would be my 3. Two on the side that have the question. Pick the one guy with the lower odds that we think is going to be in the final from that side. So I don't know if we pick Alcaraz. We might have to bet Alcaraz if we get to that point. If Sinner and Alcaraz meet, we'll have to probably bet Alcaraz. So those are my 3. What about you?
That's what I was kind of thinking. I mean, it's tough. I don't really think the Joker's going to win. I think he's so banged up now. But how can't you take him though?
I'm all right with that.
How can't you take him?
I'm good with it. That's okay if you don't want to take him.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick when that favorite's going to lose, but like we didn't pick Milwaukee in the basketball for that reason. We left out certain teams that we thought this was not going to be their year. This was going to be the year it caught up to them. So it's fine if you do that. I think the women's is a little easier for me after listening to Keith. What did you come up with the women?
He gave 3, so it was interesting. He said Swiatek no because the grass is not her best surface. So I was like, okay, I was going to include her, but okay, I'm okay with throwing her out. She cost me one of the championships. I forget which tournament. So, when she got beat, like she had won like 100 in a row. I bet her she lost. So I was going Coco Gauff at plus 360. It's dropped. It was 5-1 yesterday. It's down to 360, but that's a good sign. I like Jabeur. I do like her. I had her as one of my other ones. And then the Diana Schneider. I'm not familiar with her. Can't bet Osaka.
I heard him say Pagula and Coco are going to meet. Right? Did he say that?
Right.
So those 2 on that side, and maybe, you want to throw out Swiatek? I don't know, but Pagula or Keys and Coco on that side and Swiatek on the other. If you want to throw in Rybakina instead, that's fine. It's up to you. We'll talk about it more. We're not against the gun right here. We don't have to put this in right now. So this is good.
But you want to put it in like today. I do want to lock it in today, otherwise the odds change. As there's less and less people in the tournament, which is going on right now, because it's going on now, you're getting, the odds will drop more and more. So maybe in the break we'll look at the brackets, but I got a hard time. I like Goff. Jessica Pegula, we find a way to lose. It's the Buffalo Bills syndrome. You can't. It's like you're betting on the Bills to win the Super Bowl with her. Same family. Let's throw her out. I like Jabeur. Keys.
Getting very
Keys
arbitrary.
or Swiatek? Keys or Swiatek?
What are the other options?
Well, any of them.
Price sensitive. What do we have to? Why can't we have
Keys
both?
is 18-1. 18-1.
So you're using Jabeur. Use Swiatek, Jabeur, and Keys. Is that what you want? You want to do that?
Goff?
Well, no. Swiatek, Goff, and then Jabeur. Go a little top heavy in that one. Swiatek, Goff, and Jabeur. Throw out everyone else below that. I'm good with that too.
Yeah, I think that's it. I do Swiatek, Jabeur, Goff. I like that.
That's how you talk
Sound
out
good?
a bet right there. That sounds good to me.
All right. Then we got to find one in the WNBA, which I think will be a lot easier. What else we got?
So?
We got third one. Yeah.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game
And guess
time
what?
decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame live all access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame live, prime time.
40-1. I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong, this is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome in. It's InGame Live, prime time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, finding some winners, not only in baseball, but we got WNBA action. A big game actually did occur, and I'm glad the results came out, which we'll get to here in a second. And then, we got all the other tennis stuff, the Wimbledon that's going on. Just found a couple of winners with our 3-team, 3-league championship parlay, Dave. So just to clarify, on the women's side, we're going with Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Ons Jabeur.
Okay.
On the men's side, we're going to go with Sinner, Joker, and Zverev. And we'll throw out Alcaraz.
Okay. You don't want – all right. That's fine. But
Or-
you don't believe
Go
the
ahead.
Joker. That's fine. All right.
I don't.
We'll do it.
I don't.
We'll ride.
But
we got my buddy Keith on, and he's a tennis pro, and he kind of said it too. So let's put those out there. That's into the universe. But there's 3 legs to the championship parlay. That's 2.
Yes,
That's
there are.
men's Wimbledon and women's Wimbledon champion. What are we doing? What's the third thing? NASCAR? Got to pick the winner of the race this week? What are we doing?
No, little WNBA action.
Oh,
we're gonna pick the ladies. This is to me gonna be the easiest. This is gonna be like the NBA one. The NBA to me was the easiest. It was gonna be either Boston or Denver. No one else was winning. So, and with the WNBA, I think it's the same thing. I mean, to me, the Liberty are winning. And they did win tonight. Kind of a moment of truth game against Minnesota, Dave. They're 16-3. And 2, not 1, but 2 of their losses came against Minnesota. And they played them again tonight. And I said, if they lose this game, you lose 3 to one team. That's very telling. But they ended up winning. They pulled away. Close game, although they covered the spread. Cha-ching, cha-ching, ladies. Nice job, but it was a close game just the same. But I think the Liberty are going to win, so you have to include them. You want to put the Aces in there? 2-time defending champs, even though they're not playing well?
Of course. Yes, of course.
Okay. Got it, right? Okay. So it's really just pick one other team. And to me, it's really Minnesota, Seattle, or Connecticut. So pick your poison on that one.
So who's more likely to beat one of those two teams we have in there? Is Seattle more likely to beat the Aces, or at least get there? Or is Connecticut more likely to get there and could possibly beat New York? Yeah.
Right.
Which one? Which one do you like better there?
Yeah, I don't think Connecticut's beating New York. I could see someone beating the Aces. So it's either Minnesota. Minnesota plays great defense. Seattle plays good offense. Seattle's got the offensive players. Seattle plays the defense.
I like Seattle.
I like Seattle.
I think
Seattle.
I think of that decision there, I would rather have Seattle in the West than Connecticut in the East. If we're going to talk this through like that, it's one or the other. It's the top two, and then this would be ideal if we get it where both teams are in the final. That would be great. We don't have to sweat it. It's just one pays this and one pays this, because that's the last leg. Wimbledon will be done in. Wimbledon's a fortnight, right? A fortnight is 20 days. Is that correct?
Something like that. I'm not sure. I know it's more than 2 weeks. So
yeah, I think it's 20 days, a fortnight. Yeah, that's isn't that somebody looked that up? Matty G, Vinny, I believe that's what Wimbledon is.
I thought that was an Xbox game, Fortnite. That's when I say Fortnite with kids, I'm thinking Xbox.
Oh, that's you got to change a letter or two. Yeah, Fortnite is the kids' game. They're playing all that. They're playing that all the time. But yeah. So the Wimbledon the Wimbledon will be done. The WNBA will be the last leg in that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
To give you the average, really 2 weeks only. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
The average payout is 76-1 with this.
Okay.
The average. So if you the average. So if let's do the realistic one, right? I don't think Seattle's winning. So let's throw them out. Let's say the Liberty win, because I do think the Liberty is winning.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
You
throw
think
out
the Liberty?
The Aces?
I mean, the Liberty aren't even going to be favored against the Aces. You really think the Liberty are
They
going to
will
win?
by the end of the year. Yeah, the Liberty. They got that. Like they're like the Denver Nuggets from 2 years ago. They're like the Florida Panthers. They lost last year, got embarrassed. They're the championship. Yeah, they're winning. They are winning.
Sound like New York bias to me.
We'll throw out Swiatek, and we'll keep Coco Gauff at plus 360.
Okay.
And then on the men, we'll throw out the favorite Sinner. We'll throw out Zverev, and we'll do the Joker at plus 340. So that parlay is 56-1. So the middle one. That's not it's not 131-1, but it's still halfway decent. Still take it.
Listen, we're just trying to get it to let's get the men's final. Let's try to nail the bracket.
Right.
At least have a shot there. The women's is first. So we got to get the women's first.
Right.
Then we'll worry about the men's final. That'll make breakfast at Wimbledon very interesting. That was always a big deal. We were always on summer vacation and thinking about breakfast at Wimbledon. Used to play tennis with my brothers and sisters and my parents and stuff. And that was a fun weekend. So that could be a really fun weekend that would set us up for at least another month or two of content with the W. That would be great.
Right.
When is the WNBA championship? It goes
they play
September?
They play 40 games. They're about halfway through now, so I think end of September.
I can't remember
I'll
when
look
they
that
had
up.
the championship parade here. We'll have to look that up, but I know it was
not before football season, right?
I think football season started. Yeah, I don't think they get that done before then, but we'll take a look at it. Somebody tweet at us at Opposite Picks or at SportsBK or something. Let us know when that is. I don't know, but that's good.
$10 bet will win us $566. Yeah, we'll do it. It's kind of like betting the WNBA champion, but instead of getting plus 175 with Las Vegas or plus 200 with the Liberty, now we're going to be getting 56 to 1. So that's kind of like the goal with this. So
yeah.
All right, boom. There you go. We'll put that in. We'll have that make a nice little bracket and graphic, and we'll put it out there for people tomorrow. So, but you got the three: Liberty, Aces, and Seattle Storm to close it out. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Ah, yes.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Pirates down 7-4, bottom 9.
I know.
Not looking good.
No,
Red Sox up 8-3, looking good.
Yep.
Mets tied 2-2. They're giving you 6.5 for a total. Wow. I've seen that a lot lately, Dave. Instead of going 1.5 over the number when it gets to extra innings, now they're going 2.5 over the number.
It's the
Finally wising up to that.
It's the only defense. Right? You can't. I mean, you're going to have at least one scored, and it's too much. So, makes perfect sense. I can't believe that the Tigers hit a 3-run homer. It's tied 3-3 in that game. Bottom of 6.
Wow.
Game's back to being basically a pick 'em. Twins minus 140 here at my book. 8.5's the total. I still think I go under that. And the Phillies are leading 3-1, bottom of 4th. That's a good one.
Brewers scored a run. First inning.
They did. Yeah.
So here we go. Maybe the second inning. We'll see.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game
And guess
time
what?
decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame live all access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame live, prime time.
40 to 1. I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve a label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong. This is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back back in game live, prime time here on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Full slate of baseball. Scott Wetzel, Dave Martinez. Dave Sharapan. I don't know where I got that from. Yeah, I know. Like, hello? Dave Sharapan until 10 p.m. Eastern time. So let's take a look at the baseball board there, Mr. Sharapan. As I see the Tigers did, in fact, tie up your Twinkies. So you still like them, though, right? Still going Minnesota?
Yes.
No?
Yes, we got to sweat this out.
Doubling down?
This is not. I felt a lot better when it was 3-0, and now we're getting into the bullpens. And baseball betting is fun until you get to the bullpens, and then you really got to like sweat and live and die every inning. You just got to start. Sometimes you bet whether a team's going to score yes or no in that inning to kind of fix a position. You're worrying about the manager going to the bullpen too soon, too late, all those other things. So, yes, we got guys on base here for the Tigers. So, yes, I do. How far is that going? That's, just flew out to the track. Literally, the Tiger guy just hit a ball to the track where the outfielder had one hand on the wall, Wetzel, and the other hand caught the ball. So I thought we just blew the game right there. So that's good. Okay. Yeah. I like
Outs it. Out.
But it's an out. It's an out. That was a long out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here come the runs for the Rocks. Colorado is tied up Milwaukee 1-1. Runner on third base. And I believe 1 out. Either no outs or 1 out. So I'm going a little colorblind here.
1 out.
So 1 out.
No outs. Guy on third. I got 12.5 for the in-game total. Already moved a run up. I'd like to see the Rockies get this team total over for the Blackhawk play of the night before we're off the air. Can we make that bet?
Right.
Do you think? Can we get the goal horn? We'll have the boys at the
Rocky runs.
If
they score
every run from now on that the Rockies score, we need the goal horn. We just need to know.
Yeah.
Please. All right. That's good.
Yeah.
We'll be ready.
That'd be nice. We bashed the Rangers. Of course, they're up 6-0 against San Diego, and
of course
Cease.
They are. Yeah.
There's the black
so
cloud.
What is Cease? Is he still in the game? Cease is still in the game. 3 2/3, 6 earned, 5 Ks. Has given up 2 home runs. Yeah. Well, listen, that's baseball betting, right? Sometimes you really nail it, and sometimes you don't. Wow. So Nathaniel Lowe has 2 home runs, both for Texas. So he has 4 RBIs, 2 bombs. If you add him to get the home run today, cash all tickets. That's good. Are we paying attention, boys? Can I just get it real quick? Rockies 2, Brewers 1. Still
Here we
bad.
go. We're on our way. Second
Still
inning.
bad.
Just
on him in a second.
Still batting.
Nice.
Don't take him out of the game, Skip. Just, you know what? This is one time we want you to be stubborn and just, it's your game there. Dallas, we brought you on. We're paying you. Got to take one for the team tonight. Give up your 7-8 runs like you normally do.
You got to give us 5 innings. We got to get 5 innings out of you tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a big holiday coming up, July 4th, right around the corner. We got to have the full bullpen for July 4th. So, you know what? You got to take one for the team here. I know it's Colorado, but that's why we're paying you.
The start of fireworks tonight with that game, right? We'll have fireworks on the 4th, but fireworks tonight. That'd be okay. July 2nd fireworks. Yeah.
If we hit this, I wish gambling. If we hit this, gambling should be as easy. We should have Dallas Keuchel pitching every night. There ought to be a law. Dallas, you got to pitch every single game, every single day, whether it's in relief, whatever it is. Just there should be a Dallas Keuchel on every single team. One guy that's got no business being in Major League Baseball, but because they want to help the better out, we're going to have him pitch. We're going to have him play.
Sometimes there's guys on teams, though, that you can fade that consistently get starts. I don't think they're as obvious
Right.
sometimes as maybe this one might be, but there's guys that are just innings eaters, they call them, right? They got to keep going out there. They're the fifth starter. They keep starting. And I'll never forget in Pittsburgh when Jose De Leon, who was so good early in his career, lost 19 games. You know how hard it is to lose 19 games in a major league season? That means you got how many starts? So that was impressive. Did you get the producer's pick? What?
The Mets did it
what
again.
happened? What did they do?
This team's amazing. I got to tell you, this team, Vinny, I don't know when you're going to start buying in, Vinny, to your favorite team, but they did it again, Dave. 3-run homer in the top of the 10th inning, and they now lead Washington 5-2. They have now scored, Dave, 5 runs in 11 of their last 13 games. You know how hard that is to do? This team is just on fire. I mean, wow. This was 2-2 heading, just like last night. This was 2-2 heading to the 10th. You got no business getting the over team total 4.5 at the Mets. None, right? I played it.
Over everything. Last night it went over every number.
Everything.
And you had the handicap perfect, gets the extra innings under, flies over. Same thing may happen tonight. The Nationals scored a bunch of runs last night too, so this one's far from over. But congratulations to Mets backers and Mets fans like Vinny, who, listen, it's starting to get real and exciting. Did you take a peek at the producer's pick tonight? Did you see what the boys came up with? I mean, they are so due. They went to this is one of those things that they got to talk about. See one go through the hoop. Like, they said, we have to do it. I mean, we're going to just throw it inside, lay it up, let it just, we're not even banking this one in. We're just going with the Dodgers run line. This is worrisome. Is this worrisome?
This is a layup, right? I mean, if in doubt, whatever you need to win, right? Where do you go? You go to L.A., right? I mean,
Dodgers.
You would think the Dodgers would be the home plate tonight. We'll see when we come back, though.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game
And guess
time
what?
decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong. This is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
in a lot of ways, you get what you deserve. I don't say that too often because I do have sympathy for most gamblers who lose, Dave. But sometimes it's just like, you know what? If you're dumb enough to make this bet, then you get what you deserve. I say that because, as you suggested before we went to break, the Mets over is not out of the equation. And lo and behold, Brandon Nimmo hits Pete Alonso hits a 2-run homer. It's now Mets 7, Washington 2. The over 8.5 hits in a game that was 2-2 in extra innings. The Mets have scored 5 runs in extra innings. They scored 6 in extra innings last night. Of course, they gave up 4. So, if you have Washington, don't rip up your ticket. Just rip up the under ticket. But I say that because, as I mentioned, with the Mets bats, 5 runs or more in 11 of 13 now, you're betting under in a Mets game, then you get what you deserve.
Betting an under in baseball used to be one of my favorite things to do. And now, not so much. There's a lot of pain involved in betting unders in baseball because of this extra inning situation.
Extra innings.
And I know a lot of guys that have basically been like going on team totals rather than the game totals because of it. So I don't know if you deserve it, but that's a tough L. It's
a dumb bet, though. Well, we said it, right? They offered 6.5, right? We pointed it out that it was 2-2. That's 4, and instead of giving you 5.5, they offered FanDuel 6.5. All the boys in Vegas, they're all the same. So, right, and we said, Dave, that you said that's the boys in Vegas' only defense. Just make it 2.5, so you need 3 runs in these extra innings, but you generally get that. You have with the Mets anyway, last 2 nights.
You're not even going to believe what I just saw in the Twins and the Tigers. And we get a run. Buxton scores on a ground ball in the infield. They throw it home. He beats the throw home. And the runner is safe at first because there's no throw. He turns towards second base. The catcher sees him turn towards second base. He's standing right behind base, throws it to first and touches him, tags him out. He gets called out. And he looked at the manager like, what did I do? You turned toward the infield instead of running through the base and turning. You hate that rule? Why?
Oh, it's a dumb rule. It's a dumb rule. You're not making any attempt to go to second base. It basically, what he's saying is you run down the first base line, you're trying to beat out an infield hit or whatever, right? So you run down, and if you make a turn to your left towards second base, i.e., then you're live. If you turn to your right towards, the right field side, then you're out of bounds and you're not live. You just walk back to your base. But if you turn to your left and make any little flinch, then all of a sudden that means you're live and you can be tagged out, Dave. That's dumb.
It's the rule. I mean, not all rules are.
I know it's the rule.
I don't know. I mean,
it's a dumb rule.
It is, and I'm in favor of questioning, anything that doesn't make any sense like that. But, the rule. Just run through first and turn to the right. Run through first and turn to the right. There's no need. Once you run through first, don't worry about going to second. Come back here. Just stand up first. I coached first base for like 9 years with the kids. And when it happened like twice, it probably happened twice while I was coaching first. And I took the blame because I told them, or I said it, I told them to go to second. Just come back to first. Hang out with me. There's no need to look towards second base. You're fine.
Dumb rule. Dumb rule. If you make a move towards second base, okay. But any interest at all, Angels and A's starting in 10 minutes before we get to the other baseball stuff?
Surprised to see the Angels favored on the road? Absolutely surprised to see the Angels favored on the road for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the A's are so
That's an
bad,
A's
though.
play. I know.
A's, yeah.
I know. That's an A's play. 18-21 on the road versus the A's being 18-23 at home, so there's no real edge there. What does that say? Last 5 starts for Spence. That's no good. Those are bad trends for the A's. But under in the game, and A's for the side, but under, really. That's it.
Yeah. There's not much there. That's one of those where maybe you let them score a run and then somehow you go the other way, something like that. But otherwise, it's Angels and A's. Other good series, though, we'll talk about that when we come back. Baltimore and Seattle. That's a good series.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can it be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong, this is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, prime time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, talking a little baseball. We got Cam Stewart joining us in about 10 minutes or so. We'll get some thoughts on him, on some of the things that are going on as we speak. And as we're in break there, Dave, Aaron Judge with a solo home run. Stankies once down 5-0 against Cincinnati, now down 5-4. Playing as they play in the what inning are they in? The bottom of the 8th inning. So Stanks coming to bat. These bullpens these days are all getting lit up.
It's the game. That's the game right now, right?
Yeah.
The starters. We've been talking about this for a year or 2 years. The starters' values coming down. The bullpen is the game. You have to have a good bullpen. You have to have an inning guy, like a 6th inning guy, 7th inning guy, 8th inning guy, to get to the 9th. So you think the Yankees are going to win this thing? You think Judge, he hit a home run. We got, what is that, season-long bets? What is this, season specials? What is this?
They got another one on FanDuel. So, like the Paul Skeens strikeout, they got one for Aaron Judge for home runs. Will he get 60 home runs?
No.
It was plus 230, but with tonight's home run, it's down to 2-1.
Okay.
Will he hit 63 home runs is down to 4-1. That one once was 460. So he's got 32 now. Let me go to my little scoreboard here. With 75 games left. Can he get, we'll start with the 60. That's the more realistic one, right? So can he get 28 more home runs in 75 games? That's a lot of homers. But you know how these home run guys are. You're not getting great value 2-1, but
yeah, you're definitely not. I mean, you're almost better off betting them to hit a home run each day, right?
each game.
I don't know if that,
it's true.
and just kind of taking the wins when
Yeah.
you get them there. I don't know. Do you want to bet that? I would say no.
No.
Well, I'm a book guy. I love that bet for other people, not for me. If you want to bet it, you can. That's fine. But no. 60? Are they going to pitch to him? Like, why would you pitch to him in September? I think there's going to be a lot of games where the Yankees are going to be playing to, maintain their lead. I don't think Baltimore's going anywhere. We'll know a lot about Baltimore again after this week. They got a couple, the second series they play this week isn't a big series, but this is a big series tonight with Baltimore starting in Seattle. I think that'll affect the Judge numbers. I don't think they're going to pitch to the Yankees.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And he's always susceptible to getting hurt, right? He's not going to play all 75 games. You know they're going to rest him. So they would rest anybody. So now you need 28 home runs in 70 games, basically. You should be getting much better odds than that.
Right.
He's the name, so people are going to bet yes, but they don't allow you to bet no. So it's you either take it or don't. You don't like the odds, you go walk away then. I wouldn't. I like the Skeens one 10 times better than the Aaron Judge one.
And not just because got nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me and I'm a Pirate fan. I think that's a better bet, the 140, and then even the next one up.
Right.
If he continues and gets the starts, he's going to get close to 200. So that plus 215 at that number at 175 is not a bad bet. Yeah, that's doable. The bonus is if he gets 200 and you get the cash that plus 680. My goodness, put that one. We have to take a photo. Make a copy of that one or take a photo. Picture of it on your phone if you make that bet on your phone. We used to do that all the time. When somebody had a really good bet, they would ask for a copy of their ticket even after we cashed it. So we would make someone a copy so they could take that home as like a souvenir. When you did something good in school or when the kids did something good in school, you put it up on the fridge. A lot of bettors like to put that right up on the fridge. See, Vinny knew. Vinny said put it up on the fridge.
All right. That's interesting. That's not too bad. So, yeah, and that's part of our S&W Corporation. That's one of our official bets. So we'll follow the Skeen strikeouts for the next couple of months. So, all right. So, Yanks down 5 for you. I would lay off the Judge one as well. So, but they are down 5-4. One's 5-0. And now it's locked bottom of the 8th inning. Uh-oh. This dopey team comes all the way back tonight. Baltimore and Seattle starting in a couple of moments. Now, unlike the other one we talked about with Oakland and the Angels, this one figures to be a pretty good series, right?
Yep.
Kind of a toss-up. I like Baltimore a little bit better, but they're on the road. Seattle obviously is at home. Close to pick 'em or so for the game. Grayson Rodriguez, one of the better pitchers for the Orioles. He's 9-3. George Kirby, one of the better pitchers for Seattle, 7-5. This should be a really good, a fun series to watch.
This will be a fun series to watch. I got some guys in town, they hooked up with us to sign up for the contest, and they're Oriole fans. I got to talk to them yesterday, and I may go actually and meet them tonight and watch this game with them. They're fired up. They like the Baltimore Orioles tonight. I like Seattle tomorrow. I'm all over. Gilbert is one of my guys. He's one of you find certain guys in baseball betting that you like. I like Gilbert tomorrow. Tonight, I think I like the Orioles. I think I'm with them. I don't know about the total though. I like handicapping the total. That's hard, isn't it? How do you take under 7 in a Baltimore game? I know it's in Seattle, but Jesus. I don't like that. That's a perfect number. Pause. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. 4-3. You don't lose, but you get the push. What's that? Well, that aggravation for a push, right?
Do you like a side in the game?
I like Baltimore. I know they've been scuffling a little bit of late, but I think they're the better club. To me, it's one of those where if I'm going to pick a team, I'm going to bet them every game, though. I do like betting series. Don't do it all the time, but I like betting series. And say, all right, if Baltimore can, now you're not getting odds with the Orioles. It'll be basically pick 'em, I would think, depending who the Orioles are pitching tomorrow. Maybe slight odds, but I think there's a better chance of having Baltimore win 2 out of 3 than Seattle. So I'd bet them all 3 nights.
Couple places that I found that bet. Baltimore's actually minus 125 or minus 130 to win this series. Yeah.
Oh, to win the series, yeah.
Yeah, to win the series. Yeah. So odds makers thinking like you, where Baltimore takes 2 or 3.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever in action.
Yep. Here in
Tied
town.
early on with your Las Vegas Aces. Are you going to the game? I was surprised you're not there.
I ran it by everybody. I did. I ran it by everybody, and they were like, listen, it's 112. I don't really want to go anywhere or do anything. Yeah. It's weird because it's summer vacation, but it's like winter vacation back home where, everybody wants to stay in the house and there's not, nobody wants to do anything. And I said, Caitlin Clark's 15 minutes away. Let's go down. This game's sold out. We'll see if we can get tickets. No, we're good. So the kids are watching it downstairs. I'll keep an eye on that. This feels like blowout to me. Again, I don't know. Not feel strongly about it, but Fever got their win in Phoenix last game. So I thought the Aces kind of blow them out tonight is what my thought process was.
They were big favorites, 13.5 points. Like they were begging for Indiana money, right? That's a big number.
The other
you ever
game,
see her games, Dave?
Did you have anything with the other game? With
I did
the
not.
Sparks and the Mystics? This is a hard game.
Yeah, it's 2 bad teams. Yeah.
So you take the dog, right? 2 bad teams, you take the dog plus the points, plus 2.
Or the over.
Why not both?
Could do both. There you go. I went from no bets to 2 in one game in 2 seconds. Let's do it. Give me the dog and the over.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, PrimeTime.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, Overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star break, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve a label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong, this is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live, prime time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for another 15, 20 minutes. Then Cam Stewart, Gabe Renzi take over. We should give our next guest, Cam, a little bit of a nickname. How about Cam Near Miss Stewart? Because once again, so close. 35-1 shot. Had a 2-shot lead yesterday, Sunday, and Aaron Rye could not hold on. But you're getting there, boy. You're hitting up near misses. So I give you a lot of credit. Top 5, top 10 finishes.
He was there. We hit the first round leader. We hit and also Minwoo Lee live 35. He was right there. He bogeyed the last hole too. We would have had like a 3-man playoff. I got to tell you, Scott, I'm hating golf right now. I might just literally bet first round leader. They have this new bet, first round leader, end of second round leader, third round leader. I'll make bets for the tournament and just not even worry about it on Sunday. I'm so sick and tired of this crap. Always having to hedge. Doug Dembski. Love you, Doug. Fan of the show, Doug and the Slugs. Hey, Cam, do you know Batia didn't 3-putt once, like the whole tournament? Thanks, Doug. I appreciate that. I'm quite aware of this. Like, I love you, buddy. Like, he goes, he's like, I don't know what he does. Like, he's just rubbing it in or something like that. I'm like, I'm quite aware of what's happening. You're right. Horseshoes and hand grenades, Wetzel. Cam, horseshoes and hand grenades, Stewart. Close but no cigar, baby. That's what we do. But the first round leader was 40-1. It paid for it. I'm on the wrong end of this soccer game right now, too. I got Colombia and Brazil's up 1-0. This referee is definitely shady as hell. No, there's some bad calls in this game. VAR stinks. They don't even have the proper angles. Dave, it's honest to God, these soccer matches, like, I just want to be on the right side. Like, I don't even care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one team will get calls and stuff. And you think all hockey offsides are bad? Take a look at soccer. Like, the guy's fingertips offside. They take back like a wicked goal. It's just like, it's out of control. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, I need Colombia to tie this damn game.
They need to put a line down on the field for the offsides, just like a blue line, something just like hockey, and make it a little more fair. But takeaways from USA losing yesterday. I mean, this whole country, so everybody's asking questions about the coach, about can't compete with these teams, and every year, all this other stuff. It was a big deal down here. Was it a big deal to you? Did you have Uruguay? You probably had.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Yes, I did. Actually, I did bet Uruguay, and I have to be honest. It is a real big deal here because Canada won CONCACAF. We beat the United States, Mexico. Like, no offense, you guys should be, with a country your size. Canada shouldn't be winning these tournaments. It's that simple. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're playing Venezuela next. Proud Canadian and all, but USA Soccer, you should be destroying those teams. Look at the weapons you have. Look at the population. Look at everybody. I get it. Brazil's amazing. Colombia's amazing. Uruguay's amazing. Those are good teams, but the United States should be a world power. So Soccer USA has a lot of things going on right now. I think they need a total overhaul. Whereas Canada, on the other hand, is like, all these kids are into it now, and our national program's actually pretty damn good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're getting results, and they're moving forward in tournaments. They're doing great. We'll see how they do against Venezuela. A lot of people think they can win that game, Dave.
All right. How about baseball? Since we aren't any good in the international sports, how about the good American pastime of baseball?
We are good in international sports. I know, international golf and other things. Yeah, let's go baseball. I heard you guys talking. I can't take the under 7. I'm with you, Wetzel. Baltimore is the play for me. Trap line in the WNBA. I'm looking at the Washington Mystics, Dave. I'm kind of with you. That's a dirty dumpster game that I can sink my teeth into. And the way the soccer game's going, I'm going to have to find my dinner somewhere. So it will be in the dumpster of the WNBA with these two teams that absolutely reek. But I'll take the dog.
No Caitlin Clark?
Too. I couldn't care less about that game, Scott. Too high profile for me. I let Morency. Morency knows the role. I stay in my lane. I'm Kansas City Royals games. I'm Colorado Rockies, even though the Royals are doing great. That's who I am. I'm the dumpster guy. He does the high profile stuff. I do the stuff no one cares about. Yes, go Columbia, go!
There it is.
Juan Valdez, can you give me a friggin' bag of beans for me to crush? Let's go. I'm ready to go, Columbia. Give it to me. We're going to go take it away. Hey, settle down, Brazil. It feels great, Dave. I have a first half draw as well, and it's in extra time. See, Scott? Right back on the horse. Horseshoes and hand grenades, Stewart. Once in a while, or you could call me a squirrel, because once in a while, I find a nut.
Absolutely.
Acorns.
There you go.
How about this?
I love you, Wetzel.
The producers have been, they really haven't been close. But tonight, they got the producers' pick. It's the Dodgers run line. They're playing the Diamondbacks later. I figured I would tee you up because you and Gabe will be on for this game. Any thoughts on this one?
You know what? It's actually nice because when I'm on the Dodgers, Gabe's in a better mood, and he knows I like dogs. And I like that because right now I'm kind of beat down. I'm tired. I'm dealing with a lot of things. And I got to tell you, Dave, I really like the Dodgers run line. Producers, me, you, Gabe, everybody and their mother's probably on them tonight. Who's pitching for the Snakes, the praying mantis? Mantiply? How about we multiply our money? Dodgers alternate line too, right, Scott? That sounds like something Wetzel would do. Get 3 pairs of New Balance instead of 1. -2.5 as well. Let's go, Dodgers. We're ready to go, Scott. Whole new shoes. We're going to go for it. Everything. And we're putting the Dodgers in parlay, too, with some other stuff. Let's rock. Thank God for Columbia scoring there. Thank you, gambler. I really needed that. I actually put too much money on this game. I just kept on clicking. I got a real soccer problem right now. It's hot here. Like people ever since Canada's good, like I like the sport before now. Everybody and their mothers betting the Copa and the Euro. Like it is big time, man. It's been a lot of fun. We've been doing really well.
All right. How about speaking of dumpster fire games? You must have something in on Angels and Oakland A's.
No, I decided, Scott, only 1 dumpster per night. I got too many units.
Everybody has
on
a
this.
line.
Everybody's got. I can't be betting all these
What
games,
about
man.
the tennis?
Tennis.
I'll do your tennis.
Tennis tomorrow, Dave. Tennis tomorrow, golf tomorrow. They're not in the rounds that I like yet. I like to feel it out a little bit more. Then we're going to start smashing Wimbledon. Don't worry, Dave. You know me, the international man of mystery. Not really, but I do bet on everything that moves. So we'll have tennis and golf tomorrow. And by the way, first round leaders, the most important part of the golf bets. Don't look at my picks, just first round leaders and matchups. Ready to roll.
Hey, picks been pretty good. Your picks been really good.
Scott, I
top
like 8
top
damn
10.
great picks. And then I'm like,
First
talk to me on Sunday night. Oh, yeah, Billy the Doorman's on, my guy. Great. Click. Party's over.
Well, you got to hedge. Got to hedge.
I hedge a lot. That's all I do is hedge.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can be a guy that's really useful in your fantasy rotation? I think the answer is yes.
Game time decisions.
I'm going to lose the bet because he's injured again.
Betting above the rim.
He's got a broke J. That's all there is to it. He's got no confidence in that jump shot.
My thing you've always heard me say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Wondering when that was going to happen, and the answer is it just
Sometimes
did.
the bigger guy will have the advantage. Well, if the little guy can move, Joe, it's hard to hit the little guy sometimes when you're a big boy, right?
InGame Live, prime time.
40-1, I'm going to take a little flyer on Justin Rose.
InGame Live, overtime.
As you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Technically, despite having the most wins in both the AL and all of Major League Baseball, 52 of them for New York, no longer the best winning percentage.
You expect your front offices to hit that gas pedal when it comes time to get a better team on the field post All-Star breaks, because the one thing that you know from the Yankees and the Orioles is what, Ben? You're going to fight with each other throughout the stretch here, and you want home field advantage.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Despite me being a Yankee fan, I think Joe would deserve the label as Aaron Judge's biggest fan, not through any bias, but just through the amount of money that he's made anybody who's been betting on him.
I just had him for that home run, and I'm going to go back to it today. That home run coming in at plus 230. Max Fried here, while he has been strong. This is Aaron Judge.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in-game live, prime time here on the grid. Dallas Keuchel is turning into Lefty Grove here. He's another scoreless inning for the Milwaukee Brewers. I was going to say god-awful Milwaukee Brewers, but they're actually good. He isn't. Bad news on top of bad news. The worst news is it's still 2-1 Colorado winning, but we need to get some runs here. Keuchel is pitching well, but, that's going to change. But unfortunately, he's got 63 pitches already. So I don't know how long they'll keep him out there. We got like maybe one, maybe two more innings to get our runs off this guy. Otherwise, the Brewers' bullpen, which has got to be better than the Dallas Keuchel, will come into play, and we're going to lose all our bets. How is this game 2-1 at the top of the fifth inning? In freaking Colorado, no less. Dallas Keuchel and 1-7 Ryan Feltner. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's relax. We just the fifth inning will be very telling. We're going to get at least a run or two in the fifth from one of the two teams, if not both. It's fine. Keuchel has faced 17 batters. They've stranded 6 guys left on base. Okay, it could be better. Well, I mean, one positive thing is that the Twins scored multiple times here and took a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Got the best closer, one of the best closers in baseball coming up. So we came on with Ken Herbeck, Gary Gaetti, ready to go. I even brought the City Connect hat. I picked this up. What do you think of this? Have you seen this thing? It's got the state of Minnesota on it in the front, and then it says 1,000 lakes on the side, 10,000 lakes on the side. Bit much with the lakes, but we're all Minnesota.
I don't like the state thing. It looks like Kansas City. It looks like a K. So I'm thinking it's Kansas City Royals.
You got to go get the eyes checked. You got to get a stronger prescription.
That looks like a K. That looks like a K. Yes, it does. You get the line going down, the line going up, and the line going down again. It's a K. That's Kansas City. It's got to be Royals. Maybe you picked it up. Maybe it's wrong. There are a lot of lakes in Kansas City. Might be a Kansas City Royals one. You don't know. Maybe the printer got it mixed up. Maybe the guy who did the Super Bowl rings is the same guy that did the Kansas City, Minnesota Twins cap. Oops.
Not true.
Right?
Not true. Come on. Get us through. We got 3 more minutes here. Keep it together.
Keep it together. Keep it together. Nathan Eovaldi one-hit baseball. Speaking of good performances. Now, he's a good pitcher. I don't know why this guy bounces there. I like him a lot. He was good with the Red Sox. Everywhere he's been good. Not over the top ace, but just a solid, real solid pitch. Terrific last year in the postseason. So, another tough play. Giants are beating the Braves 5-3. I swear I could put 20 bets on the Braves games and I won't win any of them. I got the Braves tonight against the Hayden killed Birdsong.
Listen,
Braves are losing. I honestly don't think I got one winner on 20 Braves bets this year. Not a one.
So what would a person do that would be 0-20 betting on the Braves? They would probably not
stop
bet
betting the
on
Braves.
The Braves games no more. Stop betting the Braves game. People would come into me at work and say that, and I'd be like, okay, well, if you know you can't pick those games, stop picking those games. Find something else to pick. Dabble in the WNBA. Well, I don't know anything about the WNBA. Well, obviously, you don't know anything about the Braves games either. So, try something else. It's okay. It works. What else works is the Phillies plus money against the Cubs.
Yeah.
We're going to have to put this one in. That one's going to have to go in the. That one would go on the fridge if we had the Phillies tonight, because it's almost too easy. I got 5-1, top of 7. Is that right? 6-1 now.
Yep.
Hello.
6-1.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
One of the all-time worst lines. Just a dopey line.
Not good.
Rays and Royals in a rain delay. Speaking of Kansas City.
Yeah.
Don't want to hold on
Probably
to that.
hanging out by the lake in Kansas City there.
Yeah.
You're in this case.
There you go. Which one? There's 10,000 of them. So, not sure May take you a while to find them.
The Reds held
All
on
right.
to beat the Yankees.
Nice. It's a beautiful day. Yankees lose, Red Sox win. There's your two-team parlay.
Sir.
We'll do our three-team, three-league championship parlay again tomorrow. We'll review all the teams that we chose tonight. So get the bets in, though, now. Cam and Gabe coming up next in Minnesota.
Hey,